Well, you see, destructive global competition is a hidden process. This is why it can be quite difficult to spot. And it's a process that we see fueling all of our biggest global problems. Climate change, tax avoidance, wealth inequality, you name it. If you take almost any truly global issue that's affecting us all, and we can show you, and we do show you in the book, how destructive global competition is stopping governments from solving them. Let's take climate change, for example. The main way to solve this problem is through reducing our overall carbon emissions. Yet even though we know that, the pace of change is incredibly slow. Very few countries are actively reducing their emissions at the rate required. Why? Well, most of us tend to think that this is because our leaders are corrupt or ignorant or in hock to vested interests. And it's this kind of thinking that is preventing us from seeing how destructive global competition has a key role that is driving this problem. You see, for any country to reduce its emissions, it will have to make big changes, pass laws and legislation that regulate and reduce the emissions of big business. But if they do that, they run a risk that those same businesses will just take their operations and thousands of jobs to a country that doesn't have such strict rules and regulations. You see, we are living in a global economy. This is the point. So in effect, that country will have made itself economically uncompetitive compared to countries with fewer regulations. So some nations like the USA are pulling out of the Paris Climate Agreement altogether, while others don't want to be the ones to move first. Everyone effectively is saying, after you. So this destructive competition between nations to attract capital and business is going on all the time, preventing governments from making the changes we so desperately need. Yeah, ignorance and corruption of course play a role, but it's the global dynamic of destructive global competition that's really running the show.